Hi there everyone and welcome back to a very exciting chess game by Mikhail Tal. So this chess game was played in the USSR Chess Championship from 1957 Moscow, Russia. So in this chess game Tal's opponent was Konstantin Klaman, who was the Leningrad chess champion from 1962 and 1963. He was also the trainer of Boris Spassky. He helped train Boris Spassky in 1961. So maybe not the trainer, but he was his second maybe. So okay, Tal had the white pieces and let's see what happened. As actually this is one of my favorite Mikhail Tal chess games ever. So we have e4, c5, the Sicilian defense, and we go for the open Sicilian. Knight takes on d4, knight to f6, knight to c3, and then d6, and finally bishop to g5. And this is the Richter-Rauzer variation of the Sicilian defense. Developing the bishop, queen up, knight takes, queen to a5, attacking the bishop, capturing the knight and damaging the pawn structure, and Mikhail Tal castled from the queen side. So aiming the king with the rook and then f4, rook over g3, so Tal can fianchetto his bishop, e6, bishop to h3, and then queen to c5. Well, Tal didn't want to exchange the queens. He played queen to d2, b5, expanding from the queen side, and then rook over b4, defending the knight, queen to c4, king to b1, defending the a pawn, which is more important than the e pawn, and queen takes on e4, and this actually opens the e file. Black is a pawn up, but this opened the file towards the uncastled king. The king haven't castled, and against a wild attacker like Mikhail Tal, this is basically asking for trouble. So knight to d4, this is a discovery attack to the queen, queen to b7, and then queen to d3. So Tal is targeting the h-pawn, and we have developing the bishop, bishop to e7, and black had very serious trouble for castling. You can see that the king is stuck in the middle and black has a cramped position. But you might also ask what happens if defending the pawn. Then Mikhail Tal might play knight to f5, and we can see the king in the middle of the chessboard is a liability for black, a big problem. The e pawn is pinned and also attacking the d pawn. So basically bishop to e7 happened, and Tal is infiltrating with the queen, defending the rook, and then bishop to g4, exclamation point. Mikhail Tal now can use the bishop on h5, pinning the f-pawn to make some trouble. So queen to c7, aiming the king, and then king to a1, and black is very cramped. So f5, and here comes, finally it happened, a sacrifice. Bishop takes on f5 to open up the e file. This cracks open the center for the rook, and here comes, by Mikhail Tal, a hammer blow. Rook takes on e7, sacrificing the exchange, a wild move by Mikhail Tal. King takes on e7, and the rook number 2 joins the attack. King back, what else? And then check. We have f6, queen up, attacking the rook, and we have queen to a5, a very crafty move by Konstantin Klaman. He says, come on, take my rook and make my day. But Tal didn't capture the rook. We will check out what happens if capturing the rook, but of course this is a very dangerous position for black. So for example, if something like this, then capturing the pawn, and this is checkmate. And if rook to f7, then check, and black has no defense. Black is getting checkmated. But in this position, queen to a5 was a very crafty move. Had Mikhail Tal captured the rook, that's check, attacking the queen, king up, defending the queen with capturing the pawn, can you see what black can play in this position? Okay, b3, and that's very bad news for white, because threatening checkmate and at the same time attacking the rook, double trouble, double threat. So if defending the mate like this, queen takes on e1, Actually, this is checkmate. Unbelievable. But this is why Mikhail Tal wisely, he played knight to b3, a wise defensive move by Tal. He didn't fall for it. So defending the queen, and then the rook is ready to be taken. Queen takes on f8, does check, and then Tal is basically 2 pawns up in a winning position. So rook over, not exchanging the rooks. So black was also threatening some back rank ideas. So bishop to a4, and Tal simply played queen to d4 because he has 2 extra pawns. And then queen to b7, not exchanging the queens because Tal is 2 pawns up. And then rook to d1, attacking the d pawn, defending with the rook. Not defending like this because of knight to c5, and the pawn is pinned, and this is also forking the queen, and the bishop and knight can also jump on e6, so that's a very lousy, naughty knight. So rook to e6, but Tal played the move and black resigned. Can you see the move? Okay, queen to c4, black resigned as this is forking the king and the rook. Tal basically blows Klaman off the board. This is forking. And if defending the rook with the king, then knight to c5, family fork, forking everything. Forking the king, the rook, the queen, and the bishop. And basically black is losing the queen. Knight takes on b7. What a game by Tal. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed watching this game. And I hope to see you next time with more exciting games like this one. Take care and bye bye.